Okay, we're gonna actually open up the playlist for the yoga and we'll start with beginnings and press play in 3, 2,
Oh, shoot.
play.
Got it.
Mute. Okay, perfect. So we're gonna start on a block, or you can sit on a bolster if you have a bolster, just like one of these pillows kind of things is totally fine. But we'll move nice and slow. And set yourself up. I like sitting cross-legged. It starts to get the pelvis nice and open. And you can just start to connect to your sitting bones. So rock from right to left and get really rooted in your pelvis. You can even go front to back and just feel what that's like for your low back or your belly. And then just get somewhere in the middle. It's almost like you oscillate a little bit until you feel nice and stepped. And just rest your hands on top of your thighs. Go ahead and close your eyes. Take a deep breath in through your nose. And an open mouth exhale. Do that one more time. Breathe in through your nose. And an open mouth exhale. You can just let your lips come together. Find your breath going in and out of your nose. Maybe channel a slight hug at your throat so you can hear your breath coming in and out, and makes a little swirl noise in between your ears. And then start to connect to your belly and your chest. Place one hand on the belly, one hand over your heart, making this breath a bit deeper. Can you breathe first into the hand that's on your belly, and then your chest. And then as you exhale, let your chest decompress, and then your belly gently hugs up and in. Again, inhale, belly, then chest, exhale, chest, and belly. Keep going with this rhythm. Bottom hand lifts open first, and then the top, and then your chest decompresses, and then the bottom hand decompresses. The word for this month was embody. And I want you just to think of another word, maybe a word like peace or calm, centered, grounded, and ask yourself what that would feel like in your body. Can you let that feeling wash over you? Can you send that word, that feeling down into your bottom hand towards your baby? Give them that message. We're at peace, we're grounded, we're still, we're calm, whatever it is. Let them feel it too. Last one right here. Committing to yourself, to your breath, to just move however you can tonight. And take your arms all the way down by your sides. Take a deep breath in, reach your arms up to the sky, feel your waistline, stretch and reach. Exhale and interlace your hands together behind your head. Okay, take a breath in and break your chest open wide, spread your elbows out. Good, exhale, let yourself curl in. You can take your chin down towards your chest. Imagine your belly's hugging backwards, your pubic bones lifting up. And then inhale, open up through the heart, send your elbows wide, let your hands catch your head. Exhale, do a little rounding. Open up the back of the neck, around the heart. Inhale, take it wide, lift up your chest. Exhale, collapse back in towards yourself. And then breathe in, open up wide, take your arms back up to the sky. Exhale, take a small twist over to your right. So your hand can reach across in the front for the opposite leg, and your back hand can hold onto your sacrum or your low back to give yourself a little prop up. Take one more breath in, and exhale, twist a little deeper. Think about this twist coming into your upper back rather than your low back. One more. And then breathe in, take your hands back up to the sky as you center yourself up long. Exhale, twist the opposite way. Reach across your body as best as you can, either for your hip or down your leg. Gaze over your shoulder towards the back of your space. Last breath. Good. Breathe in and take your arms high to the sky. Exhale and place them down by your sides. Go ahead and rock your feet out from underneath you. Take your feet out long. Circle out your ankles, flex or curl your toes, and then spread them out. You can wiggle your knees a little bit. Okay, you can go as wide as you'd like with your feet, but since we're up on a block, I want you to feel like your pelvis is dipping forward. You take a breath in, reach high. Exhale and take a dive forward. And just let your hands meet wherever on your legs that you can get. If you can reach for your toes, you can pull your toes back up towards your face. And really just let your crown come down to the floor. If you're feeling any pull at the backs of your knees, just have a soft bend there. Work on keeping your spine long, perhaps. Tap into the feeling of your hamstrings. And imagine they start to stretch like a really open rubber band, right? Maybe you rock your head from right to left and notice what you feel on each side of your back or in your legs, hips. Take two more. And then breathe in to rise back up. You can walk your feet in and then come onto your hands and knees. And just have your blocks handy up at the top of your mat. You got them. Okay, so stack your shoulders over your wrists and you can keep your hips over your knees. I like to tuck the toes under because then I feel more stable. Go ahead and kick your right leg back behind you and just rock forward and back again, just feeling into your calf and noticing what it's like to put weight in your arms. Let your belly hang like a little hammock for your babe. And take a breath in, lift your right leg up so it's in alignment with your hip. Think about lifting up through the inside of your thigh. And take a big breath in. Exhale and try to tap your knee towards the outside of your tricep. Then inhale, kick it back behind you. Exhale and cross your foot over to the left side off your mat. Look over your left shoulder. Then breathe in, lift your leg back to the center. Exhale, pull your knee up towards your tricep using your obliques. Inhale, kick it back. Exhale, find some space there as you cross your foot over and look over your left shoulder. Last time, inhale to lift. Exhale to pull it in nice and slow using your breath. Inhale, kick it back. Exhale, cross it over and stay right there. Let your right hip drop down so your inner thighs are touching even more. You can feel your outer left hip. You can feel your right waist. Imagine you're pushing down into your hands and swiping them over to the right. And stay right there. Last breath. Inhale and lift your leg back up. Exhale, pull your knee wide and then step your foot through so that you're in a low lunge. Grab your blocks so that your hands are on the inside of your foot. So if I gave you a diagonal look, it'd be like this. And you can scoot your left knee further back. Okay, so take a proud chest and just wiggle your shoulders back. Let your hips settle in. Take your breath in here. And exhale, pulse your hips back. You can straighten out your right leg and just let your head dip down. Flow with it. Inhale, come forward and to the bend of your right knee, pull your chest broad. Exhale, pull it all the way back and do a little half split. One more time. Breathe in. And exhale, pulse it back. And stay right there. You can take your hands more underneath your shoulders. You can even take your right hand on the outside of your right leg so that you're squared off a little bit more. Okay. Play with rotating your leg in and out, really feeling for the outer edge and inner edge of your hamstrings. Maybe pause in a really good spot. You can just hold it right there. Think about pulling your heart forward. Last one. And then breathe in. Start to rise. Bend back into your right knee and take your right hand back on the inside. You can take your foot out even wider and let your toes point over to the right. And just settle into your hips. Let your knee fall away from your right tricep so you really get more of your inner thigh. And you can play with the height of the blocks, coming down further or even all the way down to the mat if that feels comfortable for you. And you can feel your inner thigh, your hip, still on your hip flexor on the left. Try rolling your shoulder blades down your back. Working on making some space in your hips. Take a couple focused breaths while you rock your pelvis from left to right, really slowly. Staying connected to what you feel in your pelvic floor, and in your core, around your belly. Take one more. Go ahead and push into your hands. And just slide your right foot back to meet your left. Ditch your blocks so that you're on all fours again. You can bring your knees together. Do a little dive of your hips from right to left. And once you feel like you're even on both sides, come back to the tabletop with your knees underneath your hips and your wrists underneath your shoulders. Take a breath in and lengthen the left leg back. You can keep the toes down for a quick second as you pulse and push into your left heel. You feel your left calf. And then pause right there where your shoulders are stacked again. Take a breath in, lift your left leg. Big exhale. Let's pull it up towards your tricep on the outside. Inhale, lengthen it back behind you. Open up through the back of your knee. Exhale, cross it over to the right side of your space. Look over your right shoulder. Inhale, lift your leg back up to hip height. Exhale, pull it wide. Nice slow control using your hip flexors. Inhale, lengthen back. Exhale, tap it down to the right side. Inhale, find some length again. Exhale, draw your knee towards your left tricep. Inhale, back. Exhale, cross it over. Then stay right there. And breathe as you let your left hip dip down. You should feel your inner thighs touch. You should also feel the entire left waistline opening up for you. Try one more. Breathe in and lift your leg back towards the center. Exhale, pull the knee up towards your tricep and then step your foot through as best as you can. Snag your blocks. So now I'm just gonna switch sides so you can see this. Hands are on the inside. You can dive your hips forward. Okay, feel that proud chest, right? Wrapping the shoulder blades down your back. Keep your chin off your chest as you breathe in. Exhale, push into your hands, shift your hips back. You can straighten out your left leg relatively. Flow with it. Inhale, lunge yourself forward, moving with ease and peace. Exhale, flow it back. Inhale again, coming forward. Exhale, push it all the way back. We'll pause right there. You can stay with the hands on the inside, or you can frame your foot or frame your leg, taking the left hand to the outside of your leg. And try pointing your kneecap left and right, like your foot, if it's pulled back towards your face, it's like your foot's doing a little wave, like a windshield wiper. Relax your chin towards your chest, see if you feel a difference there. Find some stillness. Take a breath in, lift your head. Exhale to bend back into your left knee. Take your hand back on the inside, so both hands are there. And then heel toe your left toes out at 45 degrees or so. So you get a little bit of a wider stance. Yeah, your toes are pointing outside, so your knee is going to point in that same direction. And just feel into your hips. Play with the height of your blocks. The deeper you go with the hands, the more sensation you'll feel in your hips. And you can start to sway from right to left, again, making room in your pelvis. Try to relax the tension around your face, your eyes, your jaw. Every time you breathe in, you should feel a little bit of your pelvic floor relaxing, and every time you breathe out, a little gentle lift of your pelvic floor to meet that pressure. Last one. Nice job. Okay, let's lift up a bit. Push your hips back so you can slide your left leg back to meet your right. You can start by taking your knees together, do that little windshield wipe of your hips, and then you can pause. Take your knees wide, toes together, hips back. And start to walk your hands forward and stay for a moment on your fingers, okay? Keep the length in your arms, take a breath in and pick up your chest. So you're getting a little extension in your upper back. Exhale, do a little round. Tuck your tailbone down, chin in. One more time, inhale, arch. And exhale, round. So breathe in and come into the arch. Try to keep that length in your spine as you dive your chest down to the floor. Relax your forehead, relax your arms. Just take a few moments to reconnect to your word. Surrender right here. Any thoughts that don't serve you, lay them down to rest. Let your heart get a little heavier. And take a breath in All you're gonna do is float forward with your forearms in like a shape of an 11. So like you're gonna do a forearm plank, but you're not. You're just gonna walk your knees in. So it's right underneath your hips. Okay, so with this position, I want you to imagine your tailbone sticking up straight up towards the sky. So you get a little arch in your low back that feels about neutral. It's not an over arch, like you're really lifting your butt up. It's just a gentle, natural curve of your spine. I want you to focus on your belly. A nice connection to your strong core will help you breathe bigger and stronger when it's time to push. So just take a breath in, fill up into your ribs, the lowest part of your ribs as you can. And when you breathe out, I want you to think belly button to spine. Really hug your belly up and in without moving your entire spine, okay? So again, breathe into your ribs. Exhale, think belly button or baby to spine. You can do that through a pursed lip. Okay, inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. You should feel those muscles that tighten when you start to laugh. A couple more times. Inhale through the nose. And exhale through the mouth. You're working against gravity here. One more time. You got this. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Breathe in. Do a normal breath out of your nose. And then start to walk yourself up onto your hands. You're just going to swivel over so that you can take a seat again. This time just straight on your butt. No blocks necessary for your hips. Okay. Take your left leg and slide it in so that you're going to kind of sit crisscross applesauce, but not exactly. Okay. Right shin will cross in front. And when you look down, your ankles are so far out and away from each other that there's a little triangle inside of your legs. I want you to scooch the flesh out from underneath you so you can sit up really tall. Just take a breath in and you can pick up your chest. You can use your knees for some traction. Breathe out and slowly crawl yourself forward. So this little triangle may have enough room for your belly. But basically, all I want you to feel is right glute as best as you can. Maybe a little low back if you can round. The blocks are there for your forehead to rest. So play with the height. I just want you to let go of any tension around your glutes. Take 5 deep breaths here, letting yourself work through any tension with your breath. Staying as present as you can in your body. Take one more juicy breath. Use your inhale to float your spine up. Walk your hands all the way back behind you to catch you. You can prop your feet out and do a windshield wipering of your knees back and forth, if that feels good. Okay. Then we'll stop right here in the middle. Right leg will come in, followed by the left leg. You should make that same triangle shape again. You can scooch out the flesh one more time. Okay, take a breath, sit up tall. Exhale and start to lean yourself forward, right? Get the hip hinge first, and then you can let your spine relax. Maybe this side feels different, and that's totally okay. If one side does feel like it needs more attention, you can always double up on it later. Just take 5 more deep breaths right here. fear in like a fine wine. And breathe in, start to lift yourself up. Take that block with you. Okay, feet out. Just do a little knocking of your knees, super slow and gentle. And then sit yourself up tall. You can keep your legs out in front of you with a block in between your legs, or you can just squeeze your legs together if that still feels good for you, okay? Taking your breath in, knees are bent. Exhale, take a small twist over to your right side. And you can play with rounding into your back. Go slow with that. And see if sitting up tall feels better for you in your twist. It's more about twisting for your upper back, remember. And then inhale, come back to the center. Exhale and twist to the other side. Maybe start to round into your back. See how that feels as you release your head. And then breathe in and sit up tall. Okay. Snag your blocks and you'll set yourself up for 1 or 2 more poses. Okay. I like to go flat with the first one and then tallest on the second one. And if you've got the bolster, you'll just lay it down like that. If you only have the blocks or you prefer to lay on your back just for a second, then you can always switch over onto your side for our final resting pose. Okay, scoot your glutes up to the base of your bolster, lay all the way back. Or if you're comfortable laying on your back for a second, we're just gonna do one little butterfly. So feet together, knees wide. You could always use a second set of blocks or towels or blankets underneath your hips. Otherwise, you've got your fists. You can kind of hoist up your legs that way. Okay. And just take 5 mindful breaths. In through your nose and out through your mouth. Keep breathing in and let it go. Just notice how that feels around your hips, your pelvic floor, around your knees, around your chest. And you can stay right there for your final rest, or you can lengthen out your legs. Play with opening up your arms. Let them settle down next to you, by your sides, or out and away from you. Or you can just lay comfortably on your side, using the props wherever you like, underneath your head or in between your legs. You can just let the breath come in and out of your nose. This is another gesture of surrender. If you flip your palms up towards the sky. And let yourself be here, be now, in the present, embodying whatever it is that you wish to embody. Again, let it just cloak you like a heavy blanket. Even if the seas dry up and the mountains wipe down, love will live forever in the infinite universe. Forever in the infinite universe. Forever in the infinite universe. I believe only in love. Wiggle your fingers. Guide both hands to your belly. You can interlace your fingers and just let them rest right there. And just tell yourself and your little one, again, the intention or a mantra, I am at peace, I am grounded, I'm safe, I'm calm, whatever your word was. And take a big inhale, stretch out through your toes and your arms all the way past your head. And breathe out, bend your knees, roll over onto your side. And just use your bottom arm or top arm to push yourself up without going in your belly. Sit yourself up. Take your hands into your heart space. We'll close this practice together with a breath. And empty everything out first. Take a fresh new inhale through your nose. And an open mouth exhale to give it back. Thank you so much for showing up. From my heart to yours. Namaste.